think we already work really well together. I think there are lots of examples of local, district, regional and national relationships. So thinking about iwi boards and how they work with responsible DHB boards, and the way that Māori providers work with other providers in the sector. So we've got some excellent role models and opportunities there. I think in the future, what I'd like to see is Māori thinking integrated into the whole system. So the way that we think, our values and our principles actually influence the well-being of all New Zealanders. And I think we're moving in that direction. But once we nail that, New Zealand is away.
Co-governance, we've got some opportunity here. Our health force work issues, well, clearly we're doing well with medical students. And now what we need to do is we need to do well for specialty training programs. We have colleges that are pleased to be moving in that direction. We just need to be able to make sure that the movement that they do and the directions that they go in are pretty jolly good. So the last part that I think that we need to be doing here is we need to have equity, real equity, become business as usual in the health field. So, I think that, to be fair, many of us are hung up on individual outcomes, and fine, we've got to do individual outcomes, but we're hung up on individual outcomes. And what we need to be able to do is everyday stuff around looking at the totality of our output, having a look at that by ethnicity, and then breaking it down such that we can see how our performance with cultural safety affects the outcomes that we have for our patients and our clients.
The changes that will be occurring in the next 25 years, we of course need to work collaboratively. And we need to look at how we can change and evolve in the development of the new look health and disability reforms. I believe that we can't be precious, we must not be precious though, and while recognising mana motuhake, we need to ensure that we're all working together collaboratively without actually compromising the advancement of the collective. What I mean by that is I see often too many entities that take the lead on initiatives and leave people behind in the process, i.e. smaller providers who are part of the collective are left with the crumbs and in order to do the great work that they do. So in terms of that collaborativeness and working together, it is about that, about collectively doing so. I think we also need to be cautious with the establishment of the Māori Health Authority, that we cannot, or for instance, health.NZ cannot abdicate responsibility that it's someone else's problem. So I also think we need to reframe the kōrero, because what I've seen recently is around we need to actually challenge the power relationships, and there's been recent reference to the Māori Health Authority as sitting alongside Health New Zealand. Now that in itself is, I appreciate the structure that's been developed, but the rhetoric exists where Māori is seen as an addition or an add-on. This commentary reeks of patriarchal structures where the less dominant needs to be supported or who can out-lead. We have the ability to lead. The Māori Health Authority, as I said, is not a separatist, it's a reflection and assertion of tino rangatiratanga, of self-determination and of mana motuhake. And in the context of manaaki and iwi and our Māori health providers, they've never been developed to be exclusive, so that the services are for everybody. So the collaborative nature of what we can achieve in the next 25 years and Māori Crown partnerships looks just like that, in terms of working together collaboratively, not one superseding the other, but actually having an equal voice at the table in decision making.
Good Māori Crown relationships need to be healthy themselves. We need to be able to work our way through what could be perceived by some as difficult conversations where we're moving by centimetres, not by metres and not by kilometres. We need to stay at the table. We need to accept that resources need to be more and they're never going to be enough. We need to be able to listen truly to what person-centred, whānau-centred care it looks like. we need to be really thoughtful about what tino rangatira and mana mutahaki look like at a local, regional and national level. We need to appreciate that the more we move away from whānau and hapu, the harder it is for individuals to find themselves. So we need to be really clear about what our common language is when we reach a national level, and we should never ever give up on the aspirations that we want for the future generations for Māori.